Hey everybody. Thanks for coming in. Hope everybody's having a good weekend and hope that the hurricane stays out over the ocean. Mallard 5, how you doing, buddy? Mr. Steve, hope y'all having a good weekend. Hope y'all off Monday and have a long weekend. Hey, Mr. Clint, you getting any rain today, Clint? We've been getting a good bit of rain today. Y'all ain't got to be silent, Blake. Just don't turn that radio up or nothing like that. I mean, do what you got to do to work on your stuff. Everything's going good, Mr. Steve. I hope that hurricane stays out over the ocean and we don't get no crazy amount of rain or wind. Yeah, Mallard, there's a Dorian or something like that. It's heading up towards Florida right now. It's supposed to turn and come up the coast. I just hope it stays out over the sea. Hey, Tony Walsh from Georgia. We in South Carolina, buddy. You in between us and the hurricane. Got to come by you before it comes this way. Yeah, we'll get the generators and stuff out Monday and make sure everything's working on the generators just in case, because our lights tend to go out easy. If your drill ain't charged, there's that other one sitting right there on the generator if you need it. Yeah, it is a big hurricane, Mr. Steve. I got the little board made back there behind me to put y'all's stickers and stuff on. Yeah, Mr. Tony, that'll be great if you keep blowing it out to sea. We've gotten rain probably 4 days this past week. Not a lot of rain, but just enough if we would have had hay on the ground, it would have messed us up. He's liking the school good. He's already passed several little stages or whatever it's called in the welding class and moved on. They actually working right over here behind the camera. They're working on his truck, working on his boot bopper system in there. DLK, how's the weather your way, buddy? Hey, Gordon, appreciate you coming in, buddy. Yeah, I hope that thing just stays out over the sea and misses everybody. Pewview Farms. That cow showed back up yet, Ted? We all knew that was your cow anyway. Blaming another man for a cow. If I was closer, I'd come get her. Ugly cow or not. An ugly skinny calf is better than no calf. Largest storm in history. Yeah, that's crazy, y'all. I just hope and pray that thing stays out over there. I mean, last year the hurricane we got, I don't know exact, but I believe it was like 24 inches of rain that we got off of the hurricane last year on that. I put a video up on it. Man, I sure don't want to have to make a video on the hurricane stuff again this year. Getting tons of phone calls. Everybody thinks it's yours. Wow, it's up to 185-mile-an-hour winds now. We started to go to the Darlington to the NASCAR race. It was supposed to start at around 6 o'clock today, and it's still raining. It was raining there, I know, 5 minutes before I started the live because I looked on the radar. So that's going to make for a long night for the fans at that racetrack. I don't really remember a whole lot about Hurricane Hugo, Tony. I was around, but I wasn't old enough to be worried about it too much. But I know it destroyed a bunch down at Myrtle Beach and Cherry Grove and stuff. But I don't think none of them had the flooding and stuff like we had last year. Last year, there was a lot of people lost their houses and everything that they own. Trying to keep it where y'all can see the sign back there in. But man, y'all, we had tremendous amounts of rain. Like 24 inches in a 12-hour period or something like that, 10 hours. Is it still traveling? It's still traveling the neighborhood? Y'all get torrential downpours right now? Yeah, I haven't looked at the gauge, but I bet we got 1.5 inches or better today. Just enough. That's normally how it works. If you got a hurricane coming, you'll get rain like that to soften the ground up before the hurricane comes, and then trees will blow over it easier and knock your lights out. Charlotte got hit hard by Hugo. What I remember hearing people say, that Hugo tore up a lot, in a big area. But yeah, like I said, we normally get rain right ahead of it, and then the stuff blows over easier. You thought Hugo was Texas? No, I don't know about Texas, but I know Hugo hit South Carolina and parts of North Carolina and destroyed it. You can look right on YouTube and look up Hurricane Hugo, and you'll see where it just leveled like whole blocks and whole neighborhoods. Hey, Mr. David, how you doing, buddy? Charleston got tore up real bad. Yeah, like I said, maybe it'll stay out over the sea. Yeah, I was just reading something on that hurricane that hit Texas. That was one of the strongest ones ever, too. I don't remember the name of it. Came in Charleston. You don't have no hay on the ground, do you, Clint? I didn't even see SLC come in. Hey, Brian, SLC, how you doing, buddy? I didn't even see your comment. We just about cut some Thursday. So glad that we opted out. Hey, Rowdy. So your drone was in good shape. That's good to hear. You worked for JD Heavy Equipment from September to January. Just whatever, Rowdy. Whatever keeps me talking and keeps the chat going. And if y'all guys want to send a sticker to go back there on the little board, I'd like to have some more to go on it. I reckon if y'all don't start sending them, I have my wife to make them. I'll fake it. I'll get her to print them up for me. If y'all guys would shoot us a thumbs up. They say it helps, and keep sending it out to other people. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to turn y'all around for a second. There they go, out there working on this truck, working on the speakers. Have her make a good one for you. You got to just give me the address where to send the bill for her vinyl. I know she'll make them for y'all. I'm tired of belling some today. You tried belling some today, lots of trouble. What in the world, Brian? Got 1 or 3 bellers going tonight. Better start saving for his rig, that's right. I want y'all to look at that pink steering wheel cover. Y'all see that pink? Don't that looks mighty guys, don't it? Go big or go home. Your square beller kept breaking the shear bolts on the flywheel. Hey, Mark Cornell shows everything. Did you try slowing down the feed to it, Brian? Like just to feed it, like I'm sure you did. Trying to get y'all turned back around here where I can see you. Get it? Nobody won't steal it with a pink steering wheel cover. I think that's probably about right. Hey Nathan, how you doing, bud? Every time the knotter tripped, it would do it, even when empty. Very true, Rowdy. As long as it's on the inside. Check the rollers for resistance. I'm trying to think of the things on the bottom that stay down, that kick up, that'll make it shear. I cannot think of the name of it. It'll pop to me in a minute. Check the safety stop. Hay dogs, that's it. Knotter protectors. I had a little bit of trouble with irons, but my beller is so old and ancient compared to most of y'all's newer stuff. We finally got them to working. It runs the Beller good, I'm sure, Brian. You didn't have any rain your way, Brian? I believe it was more isolated towards the coast your way. I don't remember the model number of his tractor, but he'll put it in here in just a second, I'm sure. You think something's out of time. It shouldn't have got out of time if it wasn't out of time when you parked it though, Brian. I wouldn't imagine. Sound like a good night to set belly up to the bar. Sounds like a perfect plan, Ted. 76-16. No rain in the forecast. Y'all are lucky up there as far as the rain goes, Brian. I know that they can be weird though. You can use it today. I've had several times that we've used our bellers round and square. Whenever you park it today and blow it off and go back tomorrow, that's a whole new day. It can be totally different than how you left it. It seems that way. Keeps breaking the knot or shear bolts. Yeah, they sure can. A lot of moving parts that has to move at the right time. Yeah, it is trying to protect the needles. I just wonder what happened. I'm trying to think what could have put it in that situation. Oh, okay, it started doing it last year, but was very intermediate. Just roughly lets the needles drop. Disgruntled employee sabotage. I'm thinking it's a Massey, Clint. I'm not real sure. If I remember correctly, it's an inline Massey, I think. I could be wrong though, because I seen it that one time when I was up at his place. It's an 1840 Massey inline. Just buy a John Deere. Yeah, if you're going to scrap that one, Brian, I'll come get it, buddy. If you're going to scrap it and get a new one. I think it's still got some good left in it. That thing will be like new on my farm. Rowdy's drunk. It'll be a long time before I can get an inline, y'all. Them things got to be 30 years old before I can find one. Real hay have a New Holland. I know on any of the square bellers like that, the small ones, I've never been around a big square beller. But there's a lot of moving parts that has to move at the right time, or else it'll tear up a bunch of money. New Holland and Hessen, the only two worth buying. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Don't forget, Blake, don't turn that radio on right here at this where I'm in here on the live, buddy. It's definitely out of time. Chain jump. $100,000 on it. Never done nothing to it. I don't know if Kron or Klaus makes a small one. Yeah, Clint, it is hard to knock something that's working and making you money. You'd sooner see me in a dress than run a John Deere. Hey, Robbie TV, appreciate you stopping in and chatting with us. If y'all guys haven't, shoot us a thumbs up. Devil in a blue dress. Trip. Turn the flywheel by hand and see what's going on. That's how I actually found it. The stop on mine was kicking up, was turning it by hand, cleaning the chamber all the way out and turning it by hand a couple years ago. No, you're right, Clint. It's going to take a tough machine to sit there and steady eat any more volume of hay than y'all feed jaws. I know my old Massey wouldn't handle it. It surprised me that it handles our rebeller. Binds up. You'll learn tomorrow. As soon as I get my generators going tomorrow, Brian, then I know that we good. So if the storm comes, I would actually like to come your way and try to help you figure it out. You don't replace it, but have it. Did I miss somebody coming in? DLK saying hi, Mark. If I miss Mark coming in, I appreciate you coming in. Well, like I said, let me get my generators tomorrow. I'm going to try to make sure the generators is in working order. Then if they are, I'll get up with you and try to head your way. You got good neighbors too, Ted. I just wish some of y'all guys was closer. Give him a stink eye. They ran a 15/16 wrench through it a while back. Did the cutter hit it on the baler? Wow, you got 600 acres left for first cut. That's a lot. Didn't you tell me the other day, DOK, that it's just about time for for snow to be flying? I can borrow your generator. Between the knives. Oh yeah, if you can make them in the field, especially you got the accumulator and the grapple, then it will save you a good bit. Jackie buys that 200-acre farm and we'd be neighbors. Man, you could have bought that farm. That place was 300 acres when it first started. You could have bought that way cheaper than way up there, but you'd have to deal with the hurricanes and the humidity and the mosquitoes here. "90 days out." Thank you, Brian. Yeah, y'all pound that thumbs up. About 50 more. Rain event 3 days. Yeah, it is. But like, he has to pay the rebeller to bale all of his, and if he can knock out 1,000 bales or something in a day, he will save him quite a little chunk there. But as much as SLC seems to be moving, it would be time consuming if he tried to do it all in the field. I just haven't had no nice enough hay to bale, not to make videos on, or not enough of an order to do it one time. But if the hurricane don't mash it down or do something crazy to it, we should have some nice hay coming up here on third cut. I went out yesterday and walked a bunch of fields and broke some hay off and actually laid it out and let it dry in between the rains, and we should have a very nice cutting. I think it's hitting the Bahamas right now, Ted. And it's only moving like 6 or 7 miles an hour. It's hard to imagine you getting 150, 180 mile an hour winds and gonna be in that wind condition for 6 or 8 hours. That's unreal. $150 mile an hour winds. This little shop I'm sitting in right here talking to y'all, I'll probably be adios amigos. So much for spring break. I can't remember the 2 calves' name that you got in the building, Ted, but they growing good. Let me step around the corner here, guys. I'll be right back. I went and cut a little bit just to test the cutter out the other day with the hydraulics on my father-in-law's 574, and everything seems good on it. Nitro and Big D. Hope the insurance is paid up. It is, if it's any good. "5 inches in your area." I don't know what they're exactly calling for. I honestly try to quit watching local news. Every time I try to watch news or weather, it seems like they're trying to tell me what I should do and how I should feel about stuff that I don't think that other people should be telling me how to feel. And so I just try to look at the radars. You need Nitro to have a Big D for Mama. Hey, Mr. Soybean, appreciate you coming in, buddy. It takes me about 40 minutes to drive to Myrtle Beach. The way the bird flies, if I had to guess, I honestly don't know. I'd say 30 miles. But I honestly don't know exactly. So, man, y'all be careful on them roads, buddy. Let me try to show y'all another one of his buddy's trucks. Look at the rim lights. Ain't that something? We built 700 4x5s last Sunday in 5 hours. That's amazing. These young boys spend more money. Yeah, it goes a lot better and a lot easier for me to do it on my end when there's people commenting and keeping me stuff to talk about. It's really awkward when you're on this end of it, and it's awkward to keep talking because my mind goes blank. A LQ horse trailer. The farmer's budget. Sounds like we in the same thing. Farmer's budget, that's not much. Yeah, they are soybean. My son, I just had to put my foot down with him last night about his truck. He got another ticket for his headlights. So I had to put my foot down and straighten that situation out. No, Mr. Steve, I haven't flew it since the last video I put up on our second channel, the pastime. Salvation Army. Yeah, no, I haven't. It's still sitting right back there. I haven't had a chance to. I really hate that I'm scared to put the stuff on this channel. I probably should just use it on here like I used to. 3 bellers at 8 to 9 mile an hour. Yeah, they are, Mr. Soybean. It's hard for me to drive at night. I mean, some vehicles, when you meet them, I mean, you might as well just close your eyes and hang on and hope you're still in your lane. But I try to give him slack because he's a 18-year-old and he's got to find his own way and learn how to do stuff. But at some point I put my foot down. Yo, Jesus, take the wheel. want to shine back. Yeah, I told my wife I've been tempted to put one of them big light bars right on the hood of my dually. And when I see one of them coming down the road blinding me, turn that big light bar on. Appreciate you coming in, Rowdy. Have a good week, buddy. That's how you got home tonight. Yeah, I don't think that it was his was too bright. He wants colors. He wants his truck to be different. He wants it to stand out. But I told him that standing out's getting the wrong kind of attention, and so I think after my heart-to-heart discussion with him last night that I've got him on the same page. Yeah, he keep calling that young lady his favorite heifer. One of his videos is gonna have a black eye shortly. Yeah, she does all the hay work. She puts all the square bales up and everything. Yeah, it'll be coming if he keeps on. I was gonna ask my son if the race has started, the NASCAR race in Darlington, because I don't want to turn the radio on while the live's going to check. He's a lucky man. I believe a lot of us is. A lot of us is lucky that they put up with, these women put up with us like they do. Hey Tony, appreciate you coming in. It's an adult beverage. Not you, Mr. Clint. In a drop of a hat, though, I could feel the same way. Any of us could, I'm sure. Yeah, that's why I told him don't turn his radio on a while ago, because he would have sat right there and turned it wide open. I'm sure. Can y'all see them stickers back there? That's a sticker that Mr. Steve sent for the Toronto Fire Department. That one's Yankee in the South, and that's another one that Mr. Steve sent. It's like a fire badge for the Toronto Fire Department. Hey Blondie Adventures, appreciate you stopping in, chatting with us. If y'all haven't, shoot us a thumbs up, or they'll maybe keep sharing it out. That's the crest off the uniform. So if y'all want something to put back there, and when I finish building on the side of my shop an office, we'll have a better setup so you'll be able to see what's behind me, because right now I can't bring the camera no closer because of my counter that's behind me. Let me try to find this right here. So if you want to send something to go on that wall, there's the address. P.O. Box 111, Fork, South Carolina 29543. I think I seen a new comment. Hey Ralph, how you doing, buddy? You on the road? I sure do appreciate you stopping in Blondie's Adventure. Hope you have a good weekend and a good week next week. Home leaving the AM. If you're heading towards the coast anywhere between the Carolinas and going towards Florida, be careful. Probably around Tuesday, it'll probably start getting rough Florida way, if I had to guess. I wonder if the other channels, talking about the drone, Mr. Steve asked, I wonder if the other channels that's showing it, the drone footage and stuff that's monetized, if they have them special license that to do it, or if they just doing it. Tennessee bound. '26 westbound only. Yes, I am, Mark. I'm gonna make a video and stuff on it. I'm super excited about that. Never would imagine we'd win nothing, and we got the cert from Mr. Jeff drawed our name. So I'm sure I'll make a video on it, and the next live after we get it, I'll have it out here to taste it on the live also. But you want to put drone in the title. Anyone deal with the Dixie Horse and Mule Company? No, I've never heard of it, DOK. All lanes westbound from Beach to Columbia. I know that syrup that Mr. Steve sent me, the Canadian maple syrup, that's a lot different, a lot better than the syrup that I've been eating out the store. You don't know what you're missing if you've never had it. Dixie Chopper. Newton, Alabama. Yes, sir, Mr. Steve. I got about enough that I hate to use it because I don't have enough for my wife to get some when I cook pancakes. Anything Canadian is better. Michigan made is going to be great. I can imagine. I hear a lot of people talk about the Timer Farm syrup. I actually went and found his channel today and been watching some of his videos where he was making it and stuff, and it's very neat. Alright, Brian, if not, buddy, have a good week. Beer surely is better in Canada. So it's a balance. Lucky winner, that's right. The temperatures y'all have, if y'all's winter coats ain't no better than ours, y'all be in trouble. Hey, white elephant. Appreciate you stopping in. No, Mr. Tony, I don't think I have tried syrup from sugarcane. Have you ever tried Romanian drinks? No, white elephant, I haven't. I've been pretty much right here in South Carolina my whole life. Your boots are rated at minus 75 Fahrenheit. No, you probably couldn't even buy nothing like that in my area. When it's real cold here, you get single digits. Get a 1/10 of an inch of snow and school's out. Boy, we mess up and get an inch, power's out, school's out. All you hear is generators running everywhere. Like in the hurricane that's brewing out there now. That hurricane that's out there, man, when the lights go out, if there's a lot of tree damage and power lines, it's very easy to be out of lights for 2 or 3 days. We hope we're safe. Somebody left a dislike. I reckon there's always got to be 1 or 2. Out a week from friend. Last year about this time, the hurricane, I don't even remember the name, maybe Florence. What's the biggest donation you've ever got? 20 bucks. 20 bucks is the biggest we ever got. I think it was Hurricane Florence. Our lights was out like 4 days, 4 or 5 days. Hey, Junkyard. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in, Soybean. Have a good week, buddy. And I still want us to get it worked out where you can come over and be on the live one Sunday night, Soybean. If you send it, Tony, I'll try it. I'll use it. I want to try it. I don't think people's gonna go there. The people ain't gonna go to Area 51. The military will stop them. That's what I think about people raiding Area 51. Told him to come over. Good deal. I don't have time to play too much games. White elephant would be trying to make hay and make sure that the cows is growing. Yeah, I do like history. Appreciate you coming in, Gordon. Have a good week, bud. I got you, junkyard. So what's everybody's plans this week? What's everybody got going on? It's looking like here that whatever effects, if we get any off of the hurricane, will probably be anywhere from late Wednesday through Friday. We still, like I said, we're hoping that it turns and goes back out to sea where nobody don't have to mess with it. Trying to get ready for the big windstorm. Yeah, if it'll just turn back out to sea, then we won't have, nobody won't have to worry with it. Get the deck stained, but the weather's not cooperating. If you don't get it bailed this week. Yeah, we've got to find a window here to start getting our third cutting done. And I don't mind putting hay on the ground with 20 or 30% chance. But when it's 40 and 50% and a hurricane possibly, I don't mess with it. We've done it in the past and actually had to end up burning hay that we couldn't to get dry because of hurricane. After the hurricane passed, we raked it and turned it over and let it dry for a week and burn it in the field. Working on a 4240 air conditioner, Mr. David. About 5 miles on the outside of the evacuation line. Yeah, it does. And the days getting shorter and stuff here too. It gets tough to dry hay, especially getting next to October. Last year we was actually baling hay the week of Thanksgiving. No, I haven't heard of that. White elephant. $42.55 is cool and great. Yeah, last year we was baling right up to the week of Thanksgiving. Hey, Mr. Jeff. I'm looking forward to trying dessert. We was talking about that earlier on here. Another viewer Mr. Steve Mack actually sent me a bottle a couple months back of Canadian maple syrup. We'd never had maple syrup, and it was very good and totally different than the syrup that we used to eating out of the stores. But we are looking forward to trying it. And somebody was asking earlier, wanting us to try it on a live, taste it, so we'll probably do that also. Yeah, Junkyard, if you're only 5 miles past the evacuation, we're a little bit further inland than that. Yeah, the real stuff is different. Like I said, you don't know you're missing something if you've never tried it though, and once I tried it now, I don't want to go back to the store stuff. Hope your beans are ready by November. My buddy that I keep following along with his corn and stuff this year that I showed y'all when he started cutting, he finished it up last Friday actually. So he's done with his corn. Now he's getting his cotton picker put back together. They went through the header or whatever it's called on the cotton stuff. I think they're getting ready to spray defoliant on it and something else to help the pods open on up. Gonna be Christmas beans, you're afraid? Hey Mark, Motorsports and Farming, appreciate you coming in. Frozen ground and flex heat is not fun, no fun. Well guys, we do the live every Sunday night at 8:30. A little later on, I don't know exactly how long from now, we'll probably switch it back to 7:30 once it gets over into cooler weather. So we moved it to 8:30 because it was still so much daylight left and people out doing other things. But I'll announce it before we do switch it back to 7:30. So next week it'll still be 8:30 like normal. Well guys and gals, I sure do appreciate y'all coming in. Good in it. Yeah, I think 8:30 worked out better in the summer too. I think it worked out better because on Sunday afternoons, other people out doing other stuff, and at 7:30 there'd be a lot of daylight left, and so we moved it to 8:30. But I appreciate all y'all coming in and supporting us and chatting with us, and I really enjoy it each and every Sunday night. Hope all of y'all have a good week, and if you in the path of the hurricane that's out there, stay safe. Have a good week, guys. We'll see y'all on the next one. Have a good one.